Okay, so today we're going to be changing the passenger side engine mount on a 2013 Dodge Dart. It's got a lot of shakiness in the engine when you first start it up, so we want to take care of that problem. First of all, let's look over the new part. I like looking over a new part because you can see where all the fasteners are going to go, opposed to when you're inside the engine and it's kind of hard to see things. So, for example, I know I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 bolts that are going to be holding it in. So let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is remove this cover. The first step will be disconnecting this fastener here. You just squeeze down here and pull out on it and it'll come out. The next thing is we need to remove that, or at least loosen it. That way this whole thing can come up. Okay, so I've got an extension with wobble, which makes it easier to get in there. Okay, that is loose. So the next thing to taking this cover off is loosening this right here. Here's the air box and there's that. And again, we just need that loose. Okay, so now you just want to grab a hold of this, kind of pull up this way. That breaks that loose. And then pull back here to remove from what's connected there. Wiggle it around, pull away from that. And then the whole thing comes loose. And here you can see there's these that go onto these spots here. All right, so next I'll be taking this off. First thing is taking this off, and it's a 10-inch or a 10. Get that out of the way. Next thing is I've got to release this hose from that. So pop that out of the way. Out of the way. I have to release this hose. That's that. And then this just pulls straight up. Straight up. Out of the way. You want to be careful with this. The next thing is we need to take off this coolant reservoir. So it's got two 10mm bolts that need to come out. So there's one. And there's two. Just going to move this out of the way so we can get to the engine mount and just push it off this way, and now we can see the whole engine mount. I'm going to be using a jack to support that engine with a block of wood on it to disperse the weight so it's not just concentrated in one area. We want to just set up where we're hitting this flat spot of the oil pan on the engine. I'm just going to be taking my jack with a block of wood and supporting the engine. Doesn't have to go up a lot, just enough to support it. So here's the engine mount, the offending engine mount. We need to work up under this thing and loosen it and get it off of here. I'm using a trim tool. Trick is to kind of rock it back and forth, get it out of the way. And there's another clip that needs to be removed there. And that gives you full access to this nut. The setup is going to be, I've got a ratchet with an extension with wobble to get this nut and just loosen. Okay, I'll move this back. So now I want to continue with these three, and I'll just break them loose. This is the part where I'm going to be feeling for the engine shifting, because these are what's actually holding the engine. So I would imagine it's going to drop a little bit, but I don't want it to drop too much. I have to basically still be held up in place. Longer extension for getting these two, and then one in the back. put that one in the back. Okay, start zipping these out. And the whole time I'm watching to see if that engine is settling down. I want it to more or less stay in place. What it's doing is coming up a little bit. Well, I can adjust that. Okay, pulling the old engine mount out. We can see it here, and we can see how it's ripped right in there. That's where all the bouncing is coming from. It just has too much movement. Okay, here's the new one, and we can see that part not at all ripped, so not as much movement. Okay, I just need to move that out of the way and place this in place. Okay, I do need to adjust this. So now I'm just gonna start these right here. I want to make sure I just leave those loose. Leave those loose. And I'm going to be able to line these up. With everything still loose, I want to try and run these in. Good thing is they're nice and long, which makes it easy to start them. All I'm looking to do right now is just start them. Okay. See, I just pulled them up into place. So now I'm comfortable. I've got all these started. I want to do one all at once. Still want to do okay, those are looking like they're kind of snug. I want to get this last one. That again was just a slot, not a hole. but it's that initially I want to go along and just snug everything down. And now I'll go back and tighten everything. Yep. And I'm sure there's torque specs on everything. I'm just going to tighten everything down. Okay. I'm just gonna take these, taking that one off, push that back into place. Take this one, push it back into place. I can bring this back into place. Now I've got 2 bolts to put back here. That one and this one. And I'll just take these and tighten them back down. And my reservoir is reinstalled. Okay, air box is coming back in. Now I just need to make sure that I line this and that to go in these. Okay, there that is. That can tighten down there. This is the clip that holds this in place. Which I'll put back in. Like that. This is also still just 10 millimeters. Okay. The last thing will be putting this hose back into place like that. Okay. Okay. Jack it out. So now we need to bring this back into place. I'm lining that up. It's got to go over this. Sit back in there. Making sure this goes over that. And there it is. And then this has to go over. Clip back that into place. And I just need to tighten that up. So I'm just going to tighten that down. Good. I just have to get this on. Extend that out so it slides over this. And now I'm just using an 8 millimeter. Tighten that down. Make sure it's tight. Everything's tight. Okay. This video and would like to see more, make sure to like and subscribe. Hopefully it helps some people out today. Thanks for watching.